his main issues is like, you know, just when he gets in the car, he gets so anxious. He's like state of mind. He just can't control himself. Another big issue with him is dog reactivity. He can't like hear a dog because he starts like looking, he gets anxious, and if he sees a dog, he reacts, he barks really loud, you know. Sometimes he might even lunge depending on how, you know, he's feeling, I guess.
It's okay.
So it's kind of hard to go out with him. Luckily, like when he was so anxious that he even barked at him like really loud.
Wow.
But my dad was like, "What was going on?"
The trainers couldn't stop it.
No.
How old is this guy?
He's 2 years old now. Yeah.
He's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah. We actually, when we picked him up, we saw a lot of their videos, and we actually wanted to take him like to Lowe's or something to, you know, try it out. But he was just so like over the top anxious that I just could not take him inside. You know, I was like, it's just too much for him right now. I thought maybe it was because he saw me. You know, like I said, I found you guys like way after he had gone there, so I didn't really know about like, you know, the mindset and everything. But yeah, he was just like over the top anxious, like it was just crazy. And like I said, I mean, like the reactivity is pretty bad. I wish I could, you know, we live close to DC, so I wish I could like take him downtown, you know, just walk around. But it's like I can't do that because he reacts, he lunges sometimes.
I'll take him out there. Does he bark when he's not?
He barks really loud, yeah.
Like, is it one bark and then like
No.
woof, woof, or is it woof, 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 woof,
Like
woof?
that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the second one, yeah. I actually work at a dog daycare, so I got him when he was like 2 months old, and I started taking him there. I didn't, like I said, I didn't know before about, you know, like daycares and everything. You know, I worked there. So, but like I said, in the daycare, he's really good with the dogs. Like, he does not fight. He plays really good. It's just, yeah, it's just like when he's on leash, he's really reactive. He was actually doing really good with the reactivity. He was not barking, but I feel like after that, it just kind of started going back to where it was at before. Like I said, yeah, the last train kind of did help, but not really. It was just mainly commands and basic obedience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But does he stay in his commands?
No. Yeah.
Because the mind.
Yeah, the mind. Yeah.
So
He
they're
knows
not
the
even
commands, but he
practical,
can't. Yeah.
though,
He
'cause
can't
you can't
keep
really
them.
use them in a real sense.
Right.
when you-
Yeah.
They become tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
Yeah.
He's beautiful.
I
He's
know
got
what
that
you guys
going for
want.
him.
Exactly.
And then he's been doing this. He does it all the time.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, that's how oh my God, he stresses me out, you know. He starts whining.
This is definitely interfering with the vibrations in the air. Just here. Whether you know it or not, it's a little underlying stress always. So when it goes away, you don't realize until it goes away, and then you're like, holy shit.
Right.
There was a lot more stress going on just because of the whining. This right here, though, first thing he's gonna learn is how to go into a passive mindset where he doesn't interact with the environment.
Right.
That's what's gonna save him. And then he's going to know that there's a word that means you can interact with the environment. Right? And then the trick is, while you're in your commands, you don't interact with the environment.
Right.
But when we say break, you can. So you control when he's allowed to interact with things. That means even think about them.
Right.
And when it's time to be, he doesn't have the skill yet, when it's time to be in this passive state where it's literally, it's like a monk. Things happen, but it does not affect you. It could be a dog, could be anything, doesn't matter. He needs to learn that. And that's what the other programs are lacking. So that's what we're going to work on first thing for you guys, okay? So you'll have control of when he can go interact with the environment. Because you want him to be a dog. You want him to go.
Right, of course, yeah.
But there's times like this, you would obviously have him passive the whole time so we could talk, right? And then, but let me get to work with him. Watch the videos and you'll see. Scorpio rising.
I'm Scorpio.
So I get some of the Scorpio
birthday's
tendencies
coming
certain
up.
times a year. Yeah. You know.
That's good. So
See, when we pick up our energy, we start laughing. His energy picked up, but he doesn't know how to not be affected by it.
Right.
You know?
Oh, and that's another thing. Like, I noticed, like, especially like in a car, most of the time he was pretty good. He was kind of whining, but whenever like we started speaking, he would like start crying even louder. Like, and I'm
they
like,
go off energy. So if me and you start
Right.
just like we just start getting hyped up, he's gonna start getting hyped up. But we need to teach him to stay calm even when we got hyped up. That's gonna be a trick for him.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait to give you the tools. I would love to work more. You know, this guy needs some serious help. Good boy. Hey, Bob. What's his name?
Axe.
Axe. That boy. So we have a conversation. Is it on? I love his snout. It's very long. Now feel. He'll start to elevate because that's his natural state. And then we'll disagree and bring him calm again. Okay. But the whole trick is teaching him to exist here in this calm place. I'm gonna interrupt. See that? It's counterintuitive because when I'm confronting him right now, I would like him to look at me. Or if he's not going to look at me and say, "What would you like?" I'd like him to completely relax. Best way to do this is to have a conversation. So we're going to take him here because he's manageable now. I can get him into the house without it being hopefully. Then we'll have a conversation that brings up the anxiety again, and I'll calm him. Okay? The trick with a dog like this is to teach them the calm state, teach them what it is and that you desire it, and then while they're there, trigger them back to their old state, which is very unhealthy, correct it, and then direct them back to the calm state over and over again until they start self-regulating, understanding this is the key to life now for everything, in every situation. Look, he has the ability. This is when he needs to be pet, but this isn't when he's being pet in the beginning to show him this is what we like. Okay, so we gotta teach him the calm state of mind. Some dogs they've never achieved it unless they're sleeping. And then keep bringing him back there when he starts to trigger into that unhealthy, over-adrenalized, dangerous state of mind where he's making really primitive decisions. Okay, he's not even making decisions; he's reacting. He's in a very reactive space. The trick with a reactive dog is you don't let him go into this space mentally, and you don't see the reaction. Okay, because it takes a certain level of adrenaline physiologically to burst like that. We're telling him to exist passively and calm. It's going to solve the problem. Okay. Great.